Hello, I'm Catherine. Welcome to my studio. Today I've got a really fun project to show you and I hope you're going to enjoy it. It's a way of making a journal, a visual journal, in a very sort of personal way. You can mark an occasion, so it could be an event like a wedding or a family get-together or a walk you've been on. I've used it for a holiday and I think it really lends itself to that. But the good thing is you don't need to do any sort of conventional painting or drawing. I'm going to show you some creative ways to use printing and stamping and kind of filling in with paint, but not having to paint conventionally, and a really creative way to use photographs. So keep watching. At the end, I'm going to do a proper look through every page of the sketchbook, so stay tuned for that.
First of all, rather than take a commercial sketchbook, I decided to make a custom one using some painted papers that I had left over from other projects. This meant I had some interesting papers with different weights and different textures. I then pierced holes in them and fixed them together with these individual ring binders, which have been a complete game changer for me, as it means you can change and adapt your book whenever you want. You can add pages, take pages away, put them in a different order, and I just love how freeing that is. If you don't want to do a sketchbook like this and you have a commercial one that you already have, I do have a video which I'll link where I show you how you can prepare it so you just haven't got lots of blank white pages staring at you. So maybe try that first. So this is the kit I took away on my recent holiday. It's just a sort of plastic container with a lid, and I decided to keep just a sort of limited palette. So I took black and white, turquoise, orange, burnt sienna and Prussian blue, and they're all acrylics, but as you can see they're all different makes and sizes. And I also took a few pens, a couple of pastels and pencils and a graphite stick. I do really love a graphite stick because it's nice and chunky and it stops you being too sort of miminy-piminy with your movement. You can do nice bold lines with it, and it's good for shading and filling in. I also had some acrylic matte medium, a small roller and my smallest jelly plate, which is 15 centimetres square. So some of these pages I did manage to actually fill in while I was on my holiday, but some of them it was a little bit awkward working in that book sometimes with the gel plate. So I did do some more printing when I was back at home, and I added some photographs, which I'll talk about a bit later. So I'm going to show you both me working in the book on the holiday and how I then resolved some of the pages and finished things off and added to them when I was back at home. So our holiday was a driving holiday around the Netherlands and going down to Germany as well. And our first visit was to a place that's really famous for its mills, lots of water and marshes, and we walked and took a boat. I collected some reeds, willows and grasses and took them with me to our first port of call, was this amazing converted water tower on the edge of Dordrecht. And I was lucky enough to have the perfect space to do some printing with my leaves. I also had some literature about some of the bird life we'd seen, so I collaged this in as well and then kind of painted over them to get them all to blend. The hotel was really cool. That's why I've used this photograph with you can see the shape of it, and I've collaged that in. It had a marketplace and a trendy restaurant. The garden here was really fab, quite formal, but with a vegetable part and an ornamental part. And I helped myself to a few leaves and did a bit more printing in the morning. Our hotel was on the outside of a place called Dordrecht, and I took lots of pictures of the beautiful doors there. I particularly love this one that you can see right through the house. And I did some jelly printing, and I found some free magazines and things, and I transferred this little bit of text so I could get the name in. That's a really good thing about jelly printing, is that you don't have to reverse anything because it's a two-step process. The text ends up being the right way round. Even before I got home, I uploaded lots of photographs I've taken to an app called Free Photos. There's several ones that do this. You just pay the postage and you get up to 40 free photos a month. Quite small ones, but they're great for collaging in and adding to your sketchbook. So they arrived a few days after I got home, and you can see that I've used lots of them in the journal. We then went to a place called Den Bosch. It has got a long, quite complicated name. Dutch is quite difficult for English people to pronounce. It's most famous for the fact that the artist Hieronymus Bosch came from there, who does those weird, very surreal kind of paintings. And we came across this fantastic sculpture. Our next destination was a town just outside Cologne, where we were staying with a friend for 3 days. On the first day, she took us into the city by train, which is absolutely the best way to arrive because you come out of the station and the cathedral is just immediately there in front of you. We also went to a beautiful church called the Antoinite Kirche that had this amazing angel, which I need to get printed, and that's why I've left a few spaces in the book, because I didn't get all the photos I wanted to begin with. So I've left a space and that will go there. And I picked up some leaflets about it, so I printed some of this Gothic architecture to match the pictures of this stained glass. I love that combination of sort of old surround and contemporary design. We also went into the Eau de Cologne shop and museum, and again I managed to pick up lots of leaflets and these postcards, and I got some nice transfers from the leaflets that had all these sort of old apothecary bottles and things. I love those. With the photos and postcards, I always try and embed them into a page. So I use acrylic medium as my glue, and I glue them down onto the page, and then I go round them to try and smooth over the line that's the edge of the photo with the page. And I often then paint over the whole photograph with the acrylic medium, because that gives you a nice matte surface, and you can then do more painting or drawing on top. And with this postcard, you can see I went over it just to sort of blend it into the background. The next day, we looked around the town we were in, which is called Bergisch Gladbach, and it had a history of paper making. And our friend took us to this museum, which was this beautiful old house, and it had lots of really fantastic art from contemporary artists and mid-century ones who were mostly working in paper. So again, I picked up lots of leaflets and to make the transfers from, and I also I used one of the leaflets because I thought that was a beautiful image, and I kept the tickets, which I've put inside this, what was actually, I think, a serviette holder in a restaurant. An area that was right in the middle of the Netherlands, and we were staying in a B&B on a farm, and it had a different sort of feel. It was quite rural, lots of farms, and so I wanted to collect the foliage from here because it was a bit different to what we'd found in the marshy areas. So this is me going for a walk and collecting foliage. And this is where I worked. Again, we had, I was lucky enough to have a table that I could work at, and I happily did some printing here. The following day, we went to a nature park, which is a bit like the New Forest in the UK. In the centre of it, it had been an original estate and a house that belonged to an art collector called Helene Kroller-Muller, and it was bequeathed to the nation. And a contemporary art gallery was built there, and a huge sculpture garden as well. And I have to say, it's one of the most amazing art galleries I've ever been to. She just collected everything through the 20th century, and she was one of the earliest collectors to spot the genius of Van Gogh. And it's got, I think, the biggest collection here outside of the ones in Amsterdam. We didn't have it to ourselves, but you weren't crowded at all, and you could go right up to the paintings. They didn't mind you taking photographs. All the pictures had glass, but it was this sort of anti-reflective coating, so I could go up and just really look and enjoy all the amazing textures and his brush strokes. And honestly, it was just kind of mind-blowing. And I'll just show this video of this one painting that I didn't know before. I think it's just called Cherry Orchard Bordered by Cypresses, but I just loved everything about this. We then spent a couple of days in the north of the country in a place called Enkhuizen, which is a very pretty boating place. We had a couple of nights here, which is probably just as well because we had our worst weather and it just rained the whole day. But it just gave us a kind of rest day, and we caught up on emails, that sort of thing. And also, again, although we just had one room, I had this lovely table and I could do some more art here. Our final destination was beautiful Delft, famous for Vermeer, of course, and its blue and white ceramics. So I mostly used the pages I already had in my book that had blue backgrounds. And I found some other motifs from leaflets, and some of these are even from a soap wrapper. Back home, I had these stamps, and I kind of thought they sort of were really in keeping with the style of decorations we saw. So I'm quite pleased how these pages have turned out. And that's another way that you can add interest to pages. You can use stamps you've already got. You can make them easily out of a rubber or some foam, and it can be just quite simple shapes. On these two pages, I love the juxtaposition between the real dachshund and the ceramic one in the window. And again, I used some more stamping. I just had these quite simple diamond shapes. And I thought this zigzag one picked up the patterns in the paving everywhere. So I added those in as well. One of the last things that I did that I think has helped the book really come together and look more cohesive was to tone down a lot of the white. It can look quite stark and jarring, so I either painted it in toning colours, or I used the graphite stick again, or some coloured pencil. And I think it really helped, as I say, make the book come together. I also did a little bit of embellishment using the pastels on one or two pages.
So do please let me know if that's inspired you to have a go, and that it just gives you a kind of freedom to record things in such a personal way. You don't have to show anybody, you can keep it to yourself. But if you do a version, whatever it's like, and you're obviously going to add your own touch, I'd love to hear about it or see pictures if you're willing to share them. So please do leave comments below and ask me any questions. And I hope you'll join me again soon. I've got a couple of videos coming up that are going to be quite fun. So bye for now.